Good evening, Mangalore. You're tuned into Daily News Podcast, your prime source for local insights and beyond. Today's stories will take you from the heart of our community to the broader national stage, covering everything that matters. Let's dive into the news that shapes our world.
In a significant development, the Karnataka government has presented a bill in the Assembly to ban and criminalize social boycotts, especially by caste panchayats. The Karnataka Social Boycott, Prevention, Prohibition and Redressal Bill, 2025, aims to tackle 20 forms of social boycott, including denial of business, services, opportunities, and social ostracism. Social Welfare Minister H.C. Mahadevappa introduced the bill, stressing the need to address unconstitutional practices that continue to cause harassment in the state. The proposed law outlines penalties of up to 3 years in prison and a fine of 1 lakh for offenders. Additionally, a new Greater Bengaluru Governance Second Amendment bill was introduced, including MPs and MLAs as members of the Greater Bengaluru Authority. This move highlights the government's efforts to strengthen governance and inclusivity in the region. In recent developments of the Dharmasthala mass burial case, the Belthangady court has postponed the hearing on the complaint report submitted by the Special Investigation Team, SIT, until December 26. The SIT official clarified that the document in question is a complaint report on allegations of perjury, not a charge sheet. The court will independently decide on the findings. The SIT official denied rumors of being pressurized to hasten the final report and emphasized that the court has not issued such a directive. The team is actively collecting additional evidence related to the case. In another update, the complainant witness, granted bail on November 24th, awaits release as the family arranges surety. The matter remains sub judice, with no further details disclosed at this time.
Amidst a push for greater connectivity, Dakshina Kannada MP Captain Brijesh Chowta has urged the Union Ministry of Civil Aviation to grant point-of-call (POC) status to Mangaluru International Airport, MIA. Highlighting the airport's importance as a key gateway for coastal Karnataka and neighboring regions of Kerala, MP Chowta emphasized the airport's substantial growth in passenger traffic and aircraft movements. With a significant number of residents from coastal Karnataka relying on Mangaluru for international travel, the absence of POC status hampers direct international services, leading to increased costs and travel times. Granting POC status to MIA would not only enhance international connectivity, but also facilitate trade, investment, and the growth of key industries in the region, like marine exports and cashew processing. MP Chowta's plea aims to streamline travel for overseas workers and their families, paving the way for enhanced regional development and economic opportunities.
In a tragic incident on National Highway 66 near Hejamadi Kanangaru, Brahma Baidarkala Garadi, a woman laborer named Parvati lost her life after a tempo carrying materials for concrete work overturned due to a tire burst. The tempo was en route from Mulki to Udupi and had male and female workers on board. Several individuals, including Savatrama and Mahantesh, sustained injuries and were rescued with the help of locals. One woman was trapped under the machine and was finally rescued with great effort. Despite prompt arrival of the Hejamadi toll ambulance and a crane, the woman succumbed to her injuries on the way to a hospital in Mukha. The Padubidri police conducted an inspection at the site of the accident.
The RSS leader Kalladka Prabhakar Bhat in Puttur has been granted anticipatory bail by the court regarding the hate speech case against him during a Deepavali event. The complaint was filed by Eshwari Padmanj, alleging a provocative speech by Prabhakar Bhat during a religious event. After receiving a notice from the police, Bhat filed for anticipatory bail, which was initially granted as an interim relief. The complainant's counsel argued the case under specific sections before the court multiple times, leading to the final decision of granting anticipatory bail. Senior advocate Mahesh Kaje represented Prabhakar Bhat, emphasizing his social and educational contributions, as well as his senior citizen status. The court's decision to grant bail has been seen as a vindication of truth and justice for Prabhakar Bhat in this controversial case.
In a recent incident at Katandal downhill curve, a goods lorry collided with a roadside wall after the driver, relying on Google Maps for navigation, lost control of the vehicle. Fortunately, there were no injuries reported from the accident. The driver, unfamiliar with the area, found it challenging to maneuver the steep and narrow downhill stretch at Kadandal, resulting in the collision with a retaining wall. The driver later mentioned that he was on his way to the paper mill in Padubidri, but ended up on this route due to following the navigation on Google Maps. This incident serves as a reminder to exercise caution while relying on GPS navigation in unfamiliar terrains to avoid such mishaps.
Indigo, the country's largest airline, is in the spotlight once again as it announces travel vouchers worth $10,000 for passengers affected by flight cancellations and delays between December 3 to 5. This compensation comes in addition to the mandatory amount under DGCA norms. The airline expressed regret over the inconvenience caused to passengers due to operational disruptions that led to prolonged delays and congestion at airports. Customers severely impacted will receive the vouchers, which can be used for any future Indigo journey within the next year. In another setback for Indigo, authorities have instructed the carrier to reduce winter schedule flights by 10% to stabilize operations. This compensation scheme is part of the airline's efforts to make amends following the recent disruptions and regulatory scrutiny.
Tragedy strikes as 22 feared dead after a vehicle carrying daily wage laborers plunges into a gorge in Anjao district, Arunachal Pradesh. The vehicle, transporting workers from Assam's Tinsukia district, lost control on hilly terrain, resulting in the fatal accident. Despite rescue efforts, 13 bodies have been recovered so far. This incident is eerily reminiscent of another recent tragedy in Nashik, where 6 people lost their lives after a car fell into a deep gorge. The victims from Pimpalgaon Baswant in Nifad Taluka were identified as Kirti Patel, Rasila Patel, Vithal Patel, Lada Patel, Vachan Patel, and Maniben Patel. Let's pray for the souls lost in these heartbreaking accidents and hope for the swift recovery of any survivors. Stay tuned to Mangalore today for further updates on these developing stories. In a tragic incident on Wednesday night, 3 residents of Sadahalli and Devanahalli Taluk met with a fatal accident on the Hyderabad-Bengaluru National Highway. The speeding car they were in collided head-on with a KSRTC bus near Lalaganahalli Gate. The impact was so severe that the car was completely mangled, leading to the instant death of Mohan Kumar, Suman, and Sagar. Passengers on the bus sustained minor injuries. The accident caused traffic congestion on the highway, with rescue operations by Devanahalli Traffic Police prolonging the process. The police have attributed the crash to rash driving, and a case has been registered. Residents are urged to prioritize road safety and avoid overspeeding to prevent such tragic incidents.
In a major setback, crisis-hit Indigo has canceled 60 flights in Bengaluru, with reports of 32 arrivals and 28 departures being axed. The disruptions continue as the airline also canceled 18 flights in Ahmedabad today. Despite Indigo's CEO claiming that operations were back on track, the Directorate General of Civil Aviation (DGCA) has tightened its scrutiny. The CEO has been summoned to submit a detailed report on the recent operational chaos. The DGCA has stationed their personnel at Indigo's headquarters to closely monitor the situation. The oversight team will track cancellation status, crew deployment, unplanned leave, and routes affected by staff shortages, submitting daily reports to the regulator. Stay tuned as more updates on this issue are expected to unfold.
Co-owners of the nightclub Birch by Romeo Lane in North Goa, Gaurav Luthra and Saurabh Luthra, have been detained by authorities in Phuket, Thailand, after fleeing India following a tragic fire incident at their club that claimed the lives of 25 people. The brothers are set to return to India and cooperate with agencies as confirmed by their legal team. Investigators discovered serious safety violations at the nightclub, including narrow exits that made escaping the fire difficult. An Interpol Blue Corner notice has been issued against the duo, and the Ministry of External Affairs has considered suspending their passports. The Goa police have been vigilant, registering an FIR and issuing a lookout circular against the Luthra brothers. Stay tuned as the investigation continues to unfold in this harrowing incident.
As we close today's session, our thanks go out to you, our viewers. For further reading and the latest news, be sure to visit mangaloretoday.com. And, for your daily dose of news, hit the subscribe button. Thank you for choosing Mangalore today. Goodbye.